I had one of my Patreons ask me, he said, Anthony, it seems like on the internet, everything is negative about a relationship. Like there's no chance that there's going to be a relationship. But what does a good, healthy relationship looks like? And that's what we're going to talk about today. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before I get started, I want you to watch the entire video. If you like the video, comment, like, subscribe at the end of the video. But first, watch the entire video. Next, if you haven't subscribed to my second channel, who is Anthony Spade, the link is in the description. All right, today we're going to be talking about what is signs that you are in a healthy relationship, or what is a healthy relationship. And it seems like this is the ultimate question that a lot of people are asking. Due to the fact that majority of people live online, their life is online, their ideologies are online, their hypnosis is online, their brain transformation is online, and everything online is negative. So today we're going to actually talk about if you are planning to be in a relationship, which is going to be hard. Don't get it twisted. It's going to be hard to pull off these traits, but you will find people with these traits. And yes, you can develop these traits if you find the right person. But keep in mind, finding the right person is like trying to find a needle in space. And it's going to require you to be the best version of yourself first, which takes me to number one. A healthy relationship is when both people are always working to better themselves. All right? Now, when I say better themselves, I'm not talking about, oh, we're just going to go to church. That's what a lot of people think. Oh, we're just going to go to church. Believe it or not, the most sinners are in church, and church is filled with nothing but baby mamas. If you stop and look at it, majority of the people that are in church are dysfunctional. People that actually gain success, sometimes they're working too much to even go to church, and then they lose connection with church. So understand, outside of church, this couple is working to become the best version of themselves. What do I mean? They're eating healthy. They're going to the gym together. They're staying away from negative energy. When I say stay away from negative energy, they don't try to mentor messed up relationships. A lot of couples try to mentor other relationships because their relationship is so boring. So they find themselves always calling somebody else to ask them about their relationship. Like, hey, how's everything going? Did you and them work it out? Did you and them do this? Because they don't have nothing going on in their relationship. If you're a couple who's always mentoring other couples, you're just bored with your relationship. So a healthy relationship, both men and women have a true understanding that they're going to work together to become not only the best couple, but the best version of themselves spiritually. Next, less stress, less insecurity, and less anxiety. What do I mean by that? See, a lot of people in relationships spend more time arguing, makeup, breakups, and that becomes entertainment in the relationship. Next thing you know, years go by, they're still arguing and fighting, and then one day they break up, go to different people, end up hating each other. Okay, when you have a healthy relationship, you spend less time with anxiety, less time with insecurity, because your spouse may have you thinking that you're not good enough for them, or that you're not doing enough to maintain their attention. So a lot of guys are always in relationships like, man, what is wrong with this girl? What is this girl doing? Every 5 minutes is here. When she starts crying, you don't know how she's going to react. So most people are actually miserable in their relationships. Then that turns into a depression, and then eventually turns into Stockholm syndrome. What do I mean by Stockholm syndrome? When you start talking about happy wife, happy life, that's Stockholm syndrome. When you get around all your beta male friends, y'all like, man, ain't nobody gonna understand women, man. Women are like that. That's Stockholm syndrome. That's where you haven't put your foot down in a relationship to watch a difference in a woman, and you just let the woman pretty much lash out at you, and you stood there and took it because you didn't understand why she was mad. That's an unhealthy relationship. When you're in a healthy relationship, you and her can argue, and then y'all would love each other at the end. You could easily make up real quick. Your Your arguments don't turn into monthly situations. You will never be bringing up the past in order to be mad going in the future. When you have a healthy relationship, you're less insecure. Your anxiety has shrunk as well. You won't deal with any of that, and you'll always be in a good mood when you're around them. Next, both partners will not be locked into a certain role. There won't be any gender roles, which means that your money is her money is your money if you guys have built it up to that. In other words, it doesn't matter in the relationship who makes the most money or who doesn't make the most money. But in order for it to be truly healthy, in my opinion, the man has to always make the most money. Why? Because hypergamy is a natural mindset for a woman. I don't care what they tell you. I don't care what they tell you. You go broke, she's gone. So, in my opinion, the man has to always make more than the woman, but the woman can hold her own, but she's not required to hold her own. And both don't look down on each other or try to play gender roles, which means that the man may cook one day, the woman may cook the next day. The man may watch the kids one day, the woman may watch the kids one day. But one thing that they do in these situations, they don't get around other couples and play gender roles. Sometimes when you get around other couples and everything turns into a debate, it turns into a men say this, and then women say this, and then men say this, and then women say that. No, those arguments are for singles who are having a hard time finding a problem. That's what those debates are for, single people. Those debates are not for couples. So couples who are healthy, they avoid those type of relationships, those type of debates, because there's no gender roles in their relationship. Next, conflict resolution. This is probably the most important one. And what do I mean by conflict resolution? The woman is not combative. All right, she's not combative, which means that they can get in an argument, but they have a tendency to say, hey, let's just talk about it. They're that couple. They're that couple, like before it can blow up and get bigger than it was, lash out, run to each other's friend's house to talk about it, call up family members, call up mommy, call up auntie, and tell everybody in the neighborhood that y'all having an argument, having a fight. She doesn't do that. You and her are able to be confident with each other to say, all right, let's stop arguing. Let's just sit down and come to a resolution. All right. A couple that's healthy can do that. Because what's most important to them is actually making it work. The arguments are going to get you nowhere. They're not going to get you anywhere. So when you and that woman can actually debate, agree to disagree on things, and then sit down and come up with a common resolution, kiss each other, and call it a day, that's a healthy relationship. Last but not least, understanding each other's mood. When I mean understanding each other's mood, you're able to sense when your partner is having a bad mood, but it's just a mood swing. It's a difference. Women are really good with men. When women are in relationships, they learn their boyfriends and they learn their husband's mood real fast. But typically, it takes a man a while to learn a woman's moods. But when they can understand each other's moods, then they take less things personal. Too many people in a relationship, when they get in an argument with their spouse or significant other, they take everything that they're saying personal. Why? Because love is you accepting the negative traits of the other person. That's all it is. You're allowing them to be whoever they is, whether you like it or not, and you're still going to be there for them. Women are always expecting this simple thing to happen. But when it comes to understanding moods, you have to understand with a woman, she may just be having a mood swing, and in 2 hours, she's going to think totally different. You have to know when to be quiet in a relationship, and a woman knows when to be quiet in a relationship as well. Maybe she doesn't need to talk to you, or maybe you don't need to talk to her, and then you'll ask them later, like, all right, they're in a bad mood. I'll just ask them later. A lot of submissive women are really good at this. When they see something wrong with their husband, they have a tendency to be quiet and wait for the perfect time to talk. It's the same thing when it comes to a man. When she's having a mood swing, learn to just be quiet and deal with the situation later when you guys can settle and come to a resolution. But once you learn each other's moods, then it's easy for you to be like, oh, you're just having a bad day because of that. I'll deal with it later. Sometimes when women are acting very emotional and very victimized, They just need somebody to call them out on it. Whenever you can call them out because you understand the moves, it has a tendency to be healthy in the relationship. And hopefully you guys can understand where I was trying to deliver in this message. But finding these traits is extremely hard. And the best advice that I can give you is when you meet somebody that you really like, try going 30 days to 45 days dating. And when I say dating, like, you don't have to go spend money. Go to the park, go for a walk, do cheap stuff, bowling. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to actually get out here and do a lot of stuff that spend money, but let you and her come to agreement that, hey, we're just gonna date and not have sex to see if we're actually compatible with each other. All right, that's my advice. And then you can start to build up these traits. But if you got a woman that belongs to the streets, man, that's the problem. Most of these girls belong to the streets because they need the attention from the streets in order to feel good. That's why men are desensitized to the way women look. Women are addicted to looking sexually now. They're addicted to drawing in a man's attention through big booties and sexuality, but it harms them in the long run because any man that wants to build something will always be looking at the outside into her saying, I can't see her with my kids. I can't take her home to mommy, even though she's just walking down the street with them yoga pants on. But the guy that doesn't see that she's going to cheat on is going to look at her like, oh my God, she's God. I want to be with her. I want to marry her. That's the big difference. Women don't know how to make the transitioning from a real man from a little boy. So it keeps them in a little girl mindset. This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you're able to get the message. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista. Another thing, if she ain't holding you down, she's slowing you down. I'm glad that you have a woman that's understanding red pill. You know what I'm saying?
Hi guys, you already know what it is. You know, tuned into the Mr. and Mrs. Goodbread show. I am your host, Mr. Goodbread.
One thing I want to say is I'm glad that you have a woman that's understanding red pill. You know what I'm saying?
Hi guys, you already know what it is. You're now tuned into the Mr. and Mrs. Goodbread show. I'm your host, Mr. Goodbread.
And I'm Mrs. Goodbread.
Now today, guys, we got a reaction video to the day Mrs. Goodbread entered the manosphere. Yeah, guys, we was on the Anthony Spade show. You know what I mean? He had a live and we called in. You know what I mean? We pulled up and we represented for the Red Pill community. And Mrs. Goodbread got a chance to chat with one of the, in my opinion, if you had a Mount Rushmore of Red Pill content creators and just overall influencers on guys that really can help your life, you know what I mean? You'll have to put Anthony Spade as one of the 4 up there. You know what I mean? A lot of you guys, y'all know the more popular guy like Kevin Samuels, who's also up there. But there's other guys in the manosphere that is really worth every single penny. You know what I mean? And Anthony Spade, he's one of them. So big shout out to Anthony Spade. Like I said, we was there and he made us feel right at home.
That's a fact, he did.
You know what I mean? So guys, y'all check out the intro, and when we come back, we get right into the breakdown.
All right, guys, we're back. So now, originally, I just wanted to pop in on the show, say hello, let them know that I enjoy his show, and that's it. That was my plan originally.
All right, guys, just play the video.
All right, so this the girl you've been with for 16 years?
Yeah, this the girl I molded. This my queen.
You molded her.
This is my Mrs. Goodbread. This is my Mrs. Goodbread.
How you doing, Mrs. Goodbread?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Doing good. How long have you guys been together?
15 years.
15 years. What do you like about him the most?
I love everything about him. He just keeps every day interesting and new, especially now that he's into the Red Pill community. Because everything is interesting and new.
How do you feel about him being in the Red Pill community? Do you disagree with a lot of what we're saying?
At first, I did. At first, I could not stand when he first started listening to all of the different coaches. I couldn't stand it. But the more I sat and I listened, I'm like, wait, some of them make a lot of sense. Not all. Some of them make a lot of sense. Some of what they're saying is right. So I think he's grown so much.
So do you don't feel a certain way that he comes to this community even though he's in a relationship? Because it's like I was explaining to him, like, I don't promote marriage.
All right, guys. Now, right there, Anthony Spade, he asked that question because normally you don't see women that allow their partners to even dabble with information of that sort. You know what I mean? But that's why I tell you guys, there's a difference between 29% women, traditional minded females, and you know what I mean, the modern women. I mean, there's a big difference between those women. So, you know what I mean? Be careful how you pick, because now, like he said, he asked, and you can answer that. You know what I mean? It's entertaining. She likes the truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
like I said in the beginning, I didn't like it. I didn't want to hear anything about it. But when you stop and you sit down and you listen and analyze and think of the things that they're saying, a lot of it makes sense. And like, he takes from it what he needs from it, from each person, from each culture, whatever. He takes what he needs from it and use it to do his own thing. So just because this coach doesn't believe in marriage, or this coach believes in having 3 girlfriends or 3 wives, doesn't mean that that's how he feel and think about it. He takes this from whatever person and make it his own thing. So it doesn't bother me.
right, guys, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. She knows that, she trusts that I'm not gonna be so worshipy towards one. You know what I mean? And it's just a matter of being an alpha, guys. But let's get back to this.
I don't teach it. For him to be in a relationship and be watching my channel is shocking to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a lot of guys that's what I'm shocked about, is that with me not preaching marriage and with me not preaching relationships, I find it odd when people have been together for 15 years that watch this type of content, especially a woman that allows it.
Can I say something, Ace Bay, real quick? Not to cut your communication off, but pretty much you gotta look at it too, Ace Bay. You do touch on that, but you also have other videos that just touch on awareness, like touch on other stuff. So we catch it. Like I said, we watch every single video. So when you're talking about the microchimerism, and then when you're talking about, you know what I mean, beta males, or when you're talking about, you know what I mean, this style of a woman, it's like, so it's thought-provoking, period. So whether you in a relationship, whether you're not, it's what's going on today. It's still what's going on currently.
Right. So you agree with the Red Pill community, Mrs. Goodbread? You agree that you agree with what the Red community is preaching?
I agree with what some of them are saying. I don't watch all of them. I don't agree with everything that they all say. I don't agree. Like, I like your show, your channel. I watch it and everything, but sometimes I don't like the things you say. Sometimes I do love the things you say. So
okay.
I take from it what I need to take from it, and anything else is just okay. That's what was his show today. So we'll wait for tomorrow's show. You know.
And guys, that's important right there. You see, we are one. Like we really, we share. We different people, but our value system and our belief system is one. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, we are free to do our own thing, but if our own thing veers off from our unit, then it you know what I mean? It's not gonna work.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like she liked the truth, I like the truth, I like telling the truth, she like hearing the truth. Then we're a great match. Now, I mean, if she was like one of the average females that we have, the modern women who already, they don't like the truth. They don't want to hear that shit. You know what I mean? So if they don't want to hear that shit, then you tend to be secretive with you actually becoming the best version of yourself, because you can't come to the manosphere or
and the being the secretive part of it, where you have to hide and listen to it, and that's not going to work, because then it's like, well, we're not working together because I don't know what you're doing. You're being secretive, and that makes it.
Makes it creepy.
Right,
and all whole time you just trying to get informed. You just trying to get information that could put you to become the best version of yourself for that female. But believe you me, if you become the best version of yourself in your relationship, that female gonna notice it and she gonna enjoy it and like it.
I agree. I do.
And that's just how you learn, though. That's part of learning, being out of the matrix and learning. The stuff that you tend to like is the stuff that's bad for you. You only gonna be stronger from the stuff that you like. The stuff that you don't. Shout out to my boy Andre. She got videos that she did too. True.
Okay, so what is it that, from her point of view, what are some things that you do disagree in the red pill?
I don't like a lot of the what is it, MGTOW stuff, something like that. I don't even know if it's I don't
say no names, guys.
You ain't got. All right, you started watching a MGTOW person. We'll say that. All right, you were watching the MGTOW person, and you just so
instantly from wanting to hear and listen to and accept anything else that he was saying. He said he was Red Pill, right? Right. So the stuff that he was saying that podcast that I did listen to, I was instantly turned off. Like, I don't.
So you feel like a lot of MGTOW guys are just one-dimensional whenever it comes to. So you're seeing the thin line between red pill and hate.
All right, guys, and that was a good point. I think you pointed out right there. That was a mega point. And a lot of the beta males and hell of a sons, you guys got to understand, not all women is trifling. Not all women is out to get you. You guys got to start to recognize when a real girl, when an Eve type woman, when a traditional style woman is that female that love you, really love you. Y'all got to start recognizing what real love is. Y'all got to start healing too and stop jumping from one bad situation right on into another to disguise it as you one-upped it. You know what I mean? That's not a come up, guys. You know what I mean?
You carry that baggage from that relationship to this one. So you didn't have time to heal, so you're still going to be bitter or mad or angry from past things, and that's not going to work in your future relationship, your current relationship.
Right, and it don't matter how much knowledge you have or wisdom or how smart you is. I mean, if you bitter, then you're just going to be teaching and you're just going to be absorbing and living from a bitter standpoint. You know what I mean?
Is what you're looking at.
Yeah.
The moment it becomes one-dimensional is the moment that it becomes hate.
Yeah.
Right. I understand. And I preach that a lot on here when I tell guys that there is no one and all conclusion of women. You know what I mean? It's going to be based off of your experiences, and the knowledge that I teach is just top layer stuff that you're supposed to get and go back and use it in your real life. But I also want you to know as a woman that a lot of guys that are in the MGTOW are guys that have been extremely hurt bad. Like MGTOW, I want you to get the understanding as a woman, because a lot of people do put the MGTOW community down. Now, I'm going to admit something. When I first came into Red Pill, I did a very nasty video on MGTOW. Very nasty video. and I had a lot of MGTOW people come at me, and I actually sat down and was explained what MGTOW was. And I just want you to understand that it looks like it's one-dimensional in a lot of ways. But typically when it comes to the MGTOW community, it's fresh hurt. You know what I mean? It's people that's really been hurt. It's men that have really been hurt and really don't know what to do with their emotions.
And not for nothing, what he's talking about, I understand exactly, because some guys that just not good with women, they hate on a regular basis. Those are your trolls that you get on social media. Like, they don't understand that they just should work on themselves. They look at it as, you know what I mean? Oh, he's just gifted. Oh, he's just lucky. And they don't understand that, you know, those guys create their own luck. You know what I mean? Luck is created. Luck just don't start falling from the sky. And I noticed a lot of the guys in the comment section underneath the video that didn't know what was going on, because neurologically you're programmed with the, oh, I can't commit because 71% women, modern women, don't.
You know what I mean? So a lot of women may look at it and be like, oh, that's hate, because I looked at it that way. But then when I got to know these guys and started mentoring guys, I realized they were scarred. You know what I mean? That's why MGTOW is important for a man. And the reason why MGTOW is very important for a man is because MGTOW teaches men to go their own way. And when we say go their own way, we're saying you need to stop worrying about women because it's driving you crazy. You know what I mean? When you go your own way, it kind of gives you a break. But people may perceive it like they hate women. They don't ever want to be with women again, and they don't ever want to do this. Listen to how it sounds. It sounds like that because it's still pain. We're connecting to the guy that's going through the pain right now. So the first thing we do is consult with him. That's where you may see those videos where it's like, oh, it sounds like he's coming real bad on women. It's coming real bad. No, we just feeding into his pain of how he's hurting so we can pull him out of it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like somebody comes to you and they done had a bad day. You like, man, just go ahead and get it on out. You know what I mean? That's what MGTOW is. MGTOW is a place for guys to come and get everything out that they can't give to anyone else. This is what that community is for. It's for you to lash out. Is what if you hate them all, just say it. You know what I mean? That's right. But but over here in the MGTOW world, we accept that because we understand the pain of what that man has been through. You know what I'm saying? While others are putting a MGTOW man down, with me, I'm more like, all right, go ahead and get it out, bro. I give you the knowledge you need to change, but you got to go your own way. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to just go ahead and explain that to you because a lot of women have told me that they don't like the MGTOW part because it seems like hate. But I've grown to know, like, all right, this is just the phase where the transitional phase is still fresh here. You know what I mean? If they stay in MGTOW too long, they typically go black pill. Once they go black pill, they'll never date again. All right. Now, did you have any other thing? But you also got to realize this. You have a lot of women that do the same thing, but they ain't gave it a name yet. Now, you feel what I'm saying? You got a lot, right. You got a lot of women out here that have been hurt, that have been scarred, and the first thing they do is turn around and use a man because they can't. The difference between
I'm trying to get it in right now.
And a woman who should be MGTOW is that she takes her anger and go and use the next man over and over again and abuse the next man over again. But the MGTOW community doesn't go back and use a woman all over again. He just goes his own way.
Just that eeasy.
You feel what I'm saying? So a woman who's been through the same pain as that man is going to do more harm.
I believe that.
You feel what I'm saying? Because she takes her pain and just dogs a man out. But a man takes his pain and seeks knowledge.
Yeah.
We're only venting. You gotta realize, guys are left to vent because we don't get women as easy as a woman can get a man who's been hurt. So you see what I'm saying? So why people think, oh, MGTOW is bad, actually MGTOW is the best thing because it hurts nobody. It just allows you to vent.
Facts. The woman got feminism and those umbrellas that they can hide in. You know what I mean? That's what the women got.
Right, but feminism is just women empowerment. A lot of women that are feminists have never even been hurt by men.
You know? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what the problem's at. Is that women don't have any accountability. That's what it's called. Whenever they get angry, whenever they get mad, as to how they treat a man. But with a man, he can't run back out and hurt another woman immediately. A woman can do that with a man. A woman could get hurt by a guy on Monday, abuse another guy on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It ain't gonna work like that with a man. He gets hurt on Monday. He don't even know how to approach a woman on Tuesday. A woman will break up with a guy tonight and be fucking another dude at 11. Right? Am I right? Right. So when women start hating MGTOW and they start hating that, they need to understand these guys are not doing anything to harm the environment. When a woman goes through the same pain, she destroys the environment. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You are. She got rights over the kids, so the kids is gonna
right. Exactly. Right. So MGTOW is a place, a safe haven for men to vent without any backlash. Because if he takes it in the real world, it's considered what? Toxic masculinity. Now he looks crazy. All right. So I hope that better helps you understand the MGTOW community as to why it gets a lot of hate, but the MGTOW community is doing more good for men than bad because it's not affecting people. A hurt woman will destroy a country.
And just to put the little final touches on it, MGTOW and the Red Pill and all of that, the manosphere is important because us men that don't want to be transformers and don't want to be shoot 'em ups, you know what I mean? We have nowhere to go to in society. We have no umbrella to run under to protect us. You know what I mean? Everything we say out our mouth we are held accountable to, and we are held accountable for our actions. If we're not absolutely perfect, then we're paying for it. If we make a mistake, we got to pay for it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? That's it. And we have nowhere to go. So, you know what I mean? This is why the manosphere and the MGTOW is important. But do know, guys, always want to strive to become the best version of yourself. Don't stay stuck in no zone. And don't start identifying yourself with no groups. Because I'm on here saying MGTOW, Red Pill, but I don't give a damn about none of that. I mean, you be a man and you always strive to be the best version of yourself, guys. You know what I mean? And again, guys, much love to A Spade for just that was just beautiful, man. Just we appreciate you, and hopefully we'll see you again. We'll do another one. We'll come on there, you know what I mean, and we'll do some topics and stuff. But it's been real, guys. Hit the like button.
As I grow older, the one thing that becomes clearer to me each and every day is that I don't owe anyone a thing, and neither do you. I've seen a lot of people pollute their potential after sipping from the well of entitlement. This is certainly true of many of the people I've been associated with over the years, even my own son. What they need to understand is that you should never feel like the world owes you anything. It doesn't. you must accept that it's
Tonight
all on you.
Talking Politics, I'm
That might seem like a very cynical way to view the world.
One thing I want to
But
say
I would
is
argue
I'm
that
glad
it's actually liberating.
You have a woman that's
You can only feel
understanding.
betrayal when you feel like you're owed something from someone. You can only feel resentment when you had expectations for assistance. When you accept that it's all on you, only then can you finally be free to focus 100% on being the best version of yourself.
What's up, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit? You're now rocking with your boy, Mr. Goodbread. All right. Now, one of my subscribers, long-time subscribers, my boy Jackson Sheen, you know what I mean, over on Facebook, he told me that I should do an episode like this one today. And I should tell you guys the difference between wanting 2 wives and just wanting a main girl that you keep it real with and y'all get threesomes all day. All right. Now, I said that I was going to save all the material I had on topics like these for when I start to get the Patreon going. But I could see that a lot of people want this type of information. It's a lot of people in the manosphere. A lot of people want this type of information. So, you know what I mean? Being that I've been in a position for years to know the ins and outs when it comes to 2 wives, threesomes, 2 girls, I decided I'm gonna sprinkle a little Mr. Goodbread magic for y'all. All right, so check out the intro, and we come back, we get into it. Guys, first thing I want to tell you guys about this topic right here, it's only 3 ways you, as a man, is going to be rewarded. Because trust me, the 3-way is a reward. You know what I mean? Threesomes and 3 ways are rewards for alpha males being on their purpose. You know what I mean? So that's a gift that our creator give alpha males. You know what I mean? So the 3 ways you're going to be able to have a threesome, sir, is if you make yourself an alpha male and you attract a female that can trust that you are who you say you are, and you show her that you are who you say you are, right? Another reason, another how, is if you are a beta male, guys, you know what I mean? You can more likely get a threesome, especially if you're a beta male dealing with a 71% female. Now listen to this, guys. A lot of you beta males might have a female right now that you think that because she lets you do threesomes with her, but she's controlling the relationship, that you're the man. And let me tell you, beta males, that's not the case. Women, 71% of women will give you a threesome just so that she can hold out over your head so that you can let her smash your homie. Yeah. So a female, 71% of women will let you get a threesome just so they can 2 weeks later hit you with the I've been thinking about 2 guys fantasy. All right, guys? So stay woke. And the 3rd way, guys, that you'll get the 3-way is the right place, right time. Yes, if you put yourself around a female that's got half attraction for you, unfortunately, while she's drinking or while she's just in a great mood, you know what I mean? And things happen, that's, you know what I mean? You put her around another promiscuous female and things are gonna happen, things will escalate. And when they look around, they'll pick you, you know what I mean? And those are the 3 ways that you have a threesome, all right? So now, to stick to the topic of what's the difference between 2 wives and just picking one girl that you have a threesome with, different. It's the stress, guys, the stress levels. You you guys know how hard it is to keep the level of attraction up with one female. When you start having two wives and you have to treat females equally, you got to start sharing that love. That becomes complicated. That's where the emotions, remember, women is going to be emotion in this instance. You're going to be the logic. So now you got two emotions on your one logic. If you're not extremely logical, sir, you're going to get destroyed mentally in that instance. Take it. I know this, guys. I know this. You know what I mean? Me and Miss Goodbread tried this. You know what I mean? And we came to the conclusion that we'd rather just be a unit and move as a couple, a red pill unit couple. You know what I mean? We don't need another wife. We don't need another wife. Once we add another wife in your relationship, you kind of gonna lose that bond. You kind of gonna lose that mold that you have with your main joint. You know what I mean? What do you need two wives for if you could get a girl that really love you, and if you could get a girl obsessed with you and in scarcity, and she will let you do whatever. She will let you do whatever you want to do respectfully, as long as you telling it to her, and as long as you kicking it to her with some logical sense. She will let you do whatever you want, and she want to be a part of it. It's gonna be all exciting and all, you know what I mean, new. So you guys got to start to learn how to use your head and how to think for yourself. Speaking of the devil, Mr. Goodbread. You know what I mean? I was just explaining to these guys, stop always asking for two girls and threesomes and two wives, because bad enough, nowadays, dudes don't have the level of attraction to keep one. You know what I mean? On top of the fact, that's a whole nother can of worms mentally. And if you're not strong, tough mentally, you're going to get destroyed, guys. So to cap it off, to put the end cap on it, you just focus on yourself. Don't worry about two girls. All you got to do is worry about you. Worry about one you. Worry about one you. You know what I mean? And everything else will fall into place. You know what I mean? Guys, don't forget, guys, you got the $9 3 video packages where you give me your topic that you want me to address, and I'll send you 3 videos on that topic tailored to you. You know what I mean? You'll be the only people with that link, and that's that. You know what I mean, folks? Appreciate you, and subscribe, hit the like button. Hey, what's up, YouTube? You're now tuned in with your boy, Mr. Goodbread. It's the Mr. and Mrs. Goodbread show. All right, guys, so today I'm about to hit the road. I'm about to take a break from my purpose, and I'm about to hit the club up, you know what I mean? And guys, do know when you go to the club, you want to go to just to enjoy yourself, you know what I mean? Me, I'm going with my shorty, you know what I mean? Mrs. Goodbread coming with me. I find it real, way better when you come with a female, especially to where we going. You know what I mean? Strippers versus twerkers. And y'all guys stay tuned. I'm gonna try to give as much as I can to you guys without getting a copyright strike, because you know they be playing the music and shit in the background. But I'm gonna try to give you guys as much footage as I possibly can. I want to show you how Alpha get down when you get on his purpose. You know what I mean? When you get off his purpose, guys. You know what I mean? You work hard. You know what I mean? You work hard, guys. So sometimes you gotta take a break, and you gotta, you know what I mean, reap the benefits. You know what I mean? You gotta eat the fruits of your labor, guys. You know what I mean? So this is how I choose to do it. And keep in mind, I don't always go to the strip club. And another thing, guys, I'm invited to this strip club right here. You know what I mean? When you become an alpha, you start to network with people that have real value in this world. So one of my mans that I used to go to school with, you know what I mean? We stayed in touch, and he own clubs now. He do private events and shit. So he invited me, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna have the VIP section. I got the bottles on deck, guys. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. all worth it. All purpose, all work, all learning.
Circus. Money sucks.
Alright guys, so we here. We in the cab now. When you go places like this, guys, you want to take a cab. You don't want to, risk drinking and driving. You know, you're going to go out to have a good time. You know what I mean? And, guys, those of you that have those overbearing helicopter women, you always want to keep it a buck with them. Always invite them. Tell them to come on out, pop out with you. You know what I mean? But in any event, I can't stand the little dusty little vehicles right there.
Hello. It's so noisy for what?
Right. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys, when you go out to these places, you want to go there just have a good time. You don't want to go to be creepy to the women and none of that. You just want to go have a good time. Listen to the music. You're taking a break from your purpose. You know what I mean? And you guys be surprised. A lot of women, they're not going to meet guys. They're going to enjoy themselves. You know what I mean? They're not going to meet guys. If you meet somebody, you meet somebody. But those of you that's going to force it and look creepy.
Going to have a good time. At the end of the day, we're all going to have a good time. If you meet someone, that's great. I meet someone. But you have to be open to wanting to meet someone. Like, you can't have that
in 1,000 feet.
That lurking. You can't be beasting. You can't have that thirsty cologne. That's what she mean. You can't come off with that.
Because it's for the girls and for the guys. Like,
it's right, but mostly, I know a lot of the women gonna go to.
They're just going to have a good time.
Right.
If you just so happen to dance with or run into or have a drink with someone that also is there to have a good time, and you end up having a good time, the two of you together, then see where it goes, play it out. Like, don't.
Moral of the story, right? Don't make it more than what it is. Have a good time. Don't overthink it. Don't overplay it. Just chill. All right, guys. Alright guys, we here, we at the spot, you know what I mean? I do not own the copyrights to the music, but I'm with my guy right now. My boy Ainge right there. Yo, introduce yourself, Ainge. He's the owner of this shit right here.
Well, a lot of people know me by Angel, but everybody call me low-key the promoter. You know, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram, but right now my Instagram is a little active, but you can definitely find me on Facebook. Jose, Jose Lewis, Luis, yeah, Tasmaniac. You feel me? If you don't know how to spell Tasmaniac, and that's crafty.
Angel, let them know a little bit about your experience with Mr. Goodbread.
Well, alright, with Mr. Goodbread, it is like when they discussing or he's discussing, and it's just it's not only him, it's both of them. You know what I mean? It's like a different type of energy that you don't expect, and then people can criticize it, you know what I mean, and disown it. But me as a person, like, there was a time that something went in and out my ear. But when someone asked me for knowledge, I thought about them. And especially my brother right here, I definitely thought about him real quick. And it's like, I had to give him a call and let him know that it's something you told me, but I can't explain it to the next brother. And, he definitely helped me out on that, And not just once, twice, this is forever, he's willing to, give that wisdom to anybody that needs it.
That's what's up, my bro. And like I said, I learned from you learned from me. Each other. This is how it is, guys. Like, we link up, And I support him, I support what he do, and he support what I do, and that's how it's supposed to be, guys. Now, we're going to get to this party, guys.
Red jacket. Circus. Okay. Money guts. Yeah, I done cut deals, I done cut ties, and it's all worth it. I done made moves, I paid dues, and it's all worth it. Here I go. I done cut deals, I done cut ties, and it's all worth it. All purpose, all worth it, all learning. Big guts about to cash out. New pulls about to pass out. One more and I'm assed out. Street gang, I'm old school. Principles and old views. More room, I need more room. Real niggas need more food. All grew big and they so true. I'm good money, you old news. Rich blood, red jacket, we all good, we all mackin'. Triple beam, I got good aim. Peekaboo, I got good range. I'm different. 2 chains, fake niggas don't act good. I don't play games, but I rap good. And y'all know me from that hood or that hood and that hood. And that's no fable. I got my own label. Gus eat at his own table. Cut the cord, I don't need cable. I'm Wi-Fi, no hands, untouched, unbothered, self-made, all worth it. My style is unfathered, all me, no copy. Y'all niggas is so sloppy. Hate me cause you hate you. He ain't me so he hate too. Lame dudes in the same shoes, on the same boat, on the same cruise. Yeah, I done cut deals, I done cut ties, and it's all worth it. I done made moves, I paid dues, and it's all working. Here I go. I done cut deals, I done cut ties, and it's all worth it. All purpose, all worth it, all learning. I done cut deals, I done cut ties, and it's all worth it. I done made moves, I paid dues, and it's all working. I done cut deals, I done cut ties, and it's all worth it. All purpose, all working, all learning. Red jacket. Circus. Money sucks. Swear. We out here. I got Are You and Mr. Goodbread team. Now, me and Mr. Goodbread is definitely like, he's one of those dudes. He's on the come up. He's on the grind. Definitely subscribe to his channel. He got some good stuff going on over there. He on his grind right now. He's somebody to look out for. Definitely.
Beta males are just like women. They think with their emotions and they follow the herd. When they follow the herd, they take on the mindset of the herd. This is how beta males are controlled. The same way women are controlled, through emotions of making everyone feel the same. All right? Media does this. The music you listen to does this. Matter of fact, there are certain frequencies in the music that before they put it out, they make sure it's at this frequency just so you hear it and you feel a certain way. Why? Because most people are sheep. So, how does this affect the beta male syndrome? With Red Pill becoming very popular, it's going to become cool to call women out on their delusion. This is what you see happening in a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of mainstream radio, is that women are actually being called out on their delusion. But instead of women actually accepting the truth, they're willing to entertain the truth for attention.
You don't have teamwork skills. You don't work well with others. Bitch, you don't know how to communicate. Ho, you don't know how to operate in a household where everything don't just go your way. That is why you do better by yourself. Y'all mamas didn't tell y'all this part. They told y'all the first part, well, you shouldn't be struggling with a man. She didn't tell you that if you don't acquire the skills to work well with others, bitch, you won't be able to do better with others.
Women starting a gender war against black men. We came to the conclusion yesterday that black men have won. What we're looking at is a bunch of howling nigger wolves. We got them against the ropes. You know, they have lost, and it shows, because if you look at the results of what black women are today, they are losing. Brothers, we've won. They're broke. They're out of shape. They got kids all over the place. You know, they don't have their own hair. You know, they've morphed into men. Their voices have got deeper. They're aggressive. Some of these bitches even starting to grow beards. They're growing beards.
Y'all be thinking y'all be knowing everything and don't be knowing the fuck thing. Typing up these posts with great attitude in them, you can tell. Don't argue with me, argue with your mammy. No, you should actually go argue with your mammy for telling you the half truth. She didn't bring it all the way full circle. The stuff you just typed don't make sense. The shit you running around saying to niggas don't make sense. But why would I stay with you and struggle when I can just be? It works out well when you're by yourself because you don't know how to work with others. You ever seen children that don't know how to share? They don't know how to play with other children because all they feel like is everything belongs to them. So they don't share their toys. They don't know how to play games to take turns. Don't know how to let somebody go and then they go after or they go first and then move out of the way and let the other person go. So your kid be sitting off crying by themselves with no friends, no social relationships. Nobody wants to be around them. They can be as spoiled as they want. You can buy them all the nice clothes. They can be the best dressed in the class and bitch, they'll be miserable. Nobody wants to play with your little fine ass little son. His little cute self don't got no friends. Because the nigga don't share. The little girl don't know how to be friends with other kids. Don't know how to like be in a space where you're not bullying or always trying to make things go your. That is why you hoes do better by yourself than with a partner. And then the other thing is you don't know how to pick them.